Assalamu alaikum everyone. So last time we have seen a two-dimensional plot which was in line graph form. Today we are going to make them in a data form which is very similar to this one. So this is the scatter plot which we are going to make today. So this is a two-dimensional plot, so you need an x-axis, x column and a y column, and we select both columns and we go to the plot and we plot a scatter plot. So you go to scatter and select the scatter. So you will see a scatter plot. Now you see that every time you make a scatter plot, it just plots in a linear dimensions. So what we can do for every time is that we can, if you are making the logarithmic dimensions every time, what you can do is you can actually change it to the logarithmic one, for example. And I like actually the plot to be on the top and right lines as well. So I apply these and I go to this one so that it just displays everything around. So now you have seen that this is a nice representation of the data. So what I will do now is I will save this as a template. So now I have saved this as a template. Now I just delete this plot and I will show you what a template will do. So now I have again selected these two columns to make a plot. I go to the scatter plot and I plot the scatter. It already gives me these lines and it already gives me the logarithmic scale. So this is how you can do. Now in the scatter plot, you can actually make a lot of options in here. For example, you have a symbol, you can change the color, you can actually change the edge width if you want it to be empty. You can change the size. For example, they are very close to each other, so I can actually apply the size 5 to them so that I can identify in between the points. Obviously, I can change the color to, let's say, blue. I can change the symbol. For example, here are the pluses, or I can do these. So these are the options for that. Some other options include the drop lines. For example, if you are going to make a vertical drop line, that which plot goes to which one. So these are the vertical lines. So this point, for example, comes at this exact value. So, and then you can actually label them. For example, I am enabling the label, but I want a smaller size of the label, let's say 9, and I apply. So you see that there are numbers which are given, that which are the values of this one. So these are the main points for the scatter plot, and actually you can save this labeling option with the save template as well. So these are the main options in the templates. You can actually do a lot of things in the analysis. For example, we can actually go for the statistics in this. The first thing in the analysis statistics is the descriptive statistics, which means, well, let's first remove the labels. Just double click on the plot anywhere and you will be here, and then select the data points which you have plotted, the XY, and then I just don't want the labels to be shown and I want symbols to be a little bit bigger. I will select 8, for example, here to apply, and I want them to be a little bit nicer. Now, for this part, for the analysis, we can actually go for the statistics, and we can see that what descriptive statistics they have offered. Now, for the statistics, exactly, we have some data points already selected from the plot. Then what quantities you want? Do you want the total number? Do you want some missing numbers which are not in the plot? They were in the data, but since they had some zero values somewhere, so they are not plotted. You want the standard deviation, mean, standard error of mean, the confidence index, lower 95 and upper 95, variance, skewness. There are a lot of options you can select from. And then there are quantiles. People who require quantiles in their analysis, this is the first quantile and this is the third quantile, so you can select that as well. For example, if I want the extreme values, which is the maximum value and minimum value of the whole range, this will also display that. Now, are we applying any direct weight on the statistics or not? So there are options if you are applying direct weight, or you are just going for the statistical, or if you have any instrumental data that you know that it might happen. So for the output, we will have a graph for the statistics. Then we will have some other report tables which will actually report on the results and everything. Then the quantities, and obviously you can actually go for the options whatever you like. So the plots which will be displayed will be you can just check them. I check the histogram with the automatic binning. You can select the binning from here, and the box chart if to see that if we have anything meaningful over there. So if I just click OK, so you see that it takes me to the sheet, which is the results sheet. Now the statistics is here, and all of the extreme values are here. Obviously the lowest are 0 because we have a lot of zeros in our Y column. So when you double click this histogram, you see that these histograms are made independently on, for example, this is for the X, and then this is for the Y axis, and this is also the box diagram for the Y axis, and we can see one point is outside the box. So these are the very simple statistical quantities which you can actually get, and these are all the numbers given again as a sheet, so you can copy from here to any point you want. These are the main options of these analysis. This is just a very simple analysis. We will do this a part 2 of this scatter plot, and we will do some further analysis, which is actually the fitting the model of these to some points. So let's go to the next video.